Welcome to Life, Love, and Gardening. Today I will be making some soup. It's going to be Zuppa Toscana soup. So in the world of love, life, and gardening, today we're going to do a little bit of life. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with this soup. I already have my potatoes diced up here. If you can see kind of how big it is. That's about the size I'm going for. And look, some carrots here. I'm also going to chop up some celery and some spinach and kale, and I'm going to throw that in there as well. But the spinach is going to be added towards the end. Let's just go ahead and get started with step one, and that's putting my potatoes and my carrots in my pressure cooker for about five minutes or so to start to let the potatoes get softened and the carrots, a little less crunchy. Okay, so I've added my potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and add my carrots in there as well. All right. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add some salt in here. Give it a little stir. I'm going to put the lid on, like I said, for about 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of Italian sausage in here next to, this is a hot cast iron pan here. Okay, so this is on like a medium heat. So I'm going to go ahead and let this cook a little bit. I'm breaking it up just a little bit to get it started. And then I'm going to go ahead and start chopping up some of my onion and get some of my other seasonings together, like coriander and cumin and fennel. And pressure cook for about 5 minutes. And then I'm going to do a quick release on this. Start. Okay, so the meat is starting to get brown here. You can see through all of the steam. All right. I'm going to go ahead and grind up some cumin seeds and some fennel. Not cumin, but coriander seeds. Coriander seeds, right here, the little round ones, and then fennel. Go ahead and throw some of that in there. And we're going to go ahead and give this a blend. Okay, so I have my spices ground up here, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and pour that in there. I like to cook my spices in with my meat. I had this turned up on high. For some reason I thought I had it on low. Okay. Cook those seasonings a little bit. Going to add some black pepper in here. Some black pepper going in here. And right here I have some onion, some pepper, some orange and red pepper, and then I have a little bit of celery right here. And so I'm going to go ahead and dump that into my cast iron skillet here. All right, and I like to cook my vegetables a little bit before I add it into the soup mix. Put it down just a little bit, not too much. I have about 2 minutes left on my potatoes before I dump that into my potatoes. Now I could have very well cooked this inside of the pressure cooker, the Italian sausage. Then I could have just put the potatoes and carrots in there with some water or some chicken broth or vegetable broth, and then put my pressure cooker on about 7 to 10 minutes and let it go that way. And then that way you don't have to dirty up more than one pot or pan. Right. Hope you guys can see this pretty good here. And the last thing I'm going to add into this pan is some garlic, because I don't want the garlic to burn. So we have onions, peppers, celery, cumin, not cumin, coriander, and fennel. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add in my minced garlic because everything is pretty much cooked here, so just a little bit of minced garlic, however much garlic you like. Right, give it a nice mix here. Okay, so I turned the cast iron pan off because everything is pretty much cooked. The heat from the cast iron pan will continue to cook it. Cast iron holds heat very well, so I don't need to have it on any longer. And I still want my, vegetables to have a little bit of color in it. So I have dinosaur kale, I have Swiss chard, and I have collard green, and I also am going to chop up some spinach and add the spinach in there as well. All right, so I have my greens chopped up here, and my potatoes and carrots are pretty tender. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my sausage and my greens. So if you can see here, the potatoes are done. They're not mushy or anything like that. Let's see. See, they're tender. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and get these greens added in. First, I'm going to add the sausage instead of the greens. The sausage, then the greens. And you can kind of scoop it so if you not to scoop up all of the grease in the bottom. You can also drain this if you like. But I'm kind of pressing it to one side and allowing the grease to kind of drain down there. And then I just kind of scoop it up and put it in here. All right. Give that a little stir. Okay. Go ahead and add the greens in here. Let that kind of wilt down a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of fold it in just a little bit. Those greens wilt down a lot. Okay. I'm going to also add in the heavy whipping cream in here. Heavy cream and Parmesan. A little bit more heavy cream. Okay. All right, and some red pepper flakes. You can also omit the red pepper flakes if you are not a fan of heat, but it's not going to be super hot or anything. Just a slight little kick. This is pretty much done. I'm going to let it cook down just a little bit longer. Maybe about 2 minutes, and then it's ready to plate up and eat. I'm also going to put a little bit of chicken bouillon in here. I didn't add a whole lot of salt. I only added salt to the potatoes and the carrots, and the Italian sausage is already, a little salty. So I'm just going to sprinkle in a little bit of chicken bouillon. Okay, I'm also going to add in a little bit of salt-free seasoning right here, as much as you like, because it is salt-free, and a little bit of chicken bouillon powder, just a little bit, because it is salty. So chicken bouillon, Maggi, whatever you prefer. or you can completely omit it. All right, I'm going to let this cook for, like I said, about 2 more minutes, and then it's ready to serve. All right, and so as you can see, the soup is done here. Plenty of vegetables, nice and creamy. I'm going to go ahead and put some in a bowl. Okay, so here we go. Here we go, a little bit more. I like a lot of greens in mine. Okay, so I sprinkled a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it. But this is the finished product. The potatoes aren't all mushy. The carrots are nice and colorful still. The greens are nice and colorful. They're not all dark green. They're still bright and vibrant. So it's full of nutrition still. And there you go, guys. This probably took about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes to make. And you have a nice, warm, filling soup. And we're probably going to eat this with a little bit of biscuits or bread, like French bread or white bread. I did make a loaf of bread the other day, so we can always have it with that. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope to see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll be doing more videos like this, more cooking videos, gardening videos, and just overall life videos. See you guys later. Bye.